We're back for MLB Best Bets here on June 17th. It's a Tuesday, so that means every team in Major League Baseball is playing today, and we have our 5 best bets for this 15-game slate. Now, folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we're going to have our game number 6 predictions between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The series shifts now to Indianapolis as the Pacers try to push to a Game 7, or OKC will look to win their first ever franchise title. Again, we're going to have that prediction out later today at 5 p.m. Pacific here on the channel, 8 p.m. Eastern. And also this week on Greedo Plays MMA, 2 videos are PFL 6 World Tournament predictions, Ghazi Rabadanov and Kevin Lee in the main event for the Professional Fighters League. And also on Greedo Plays MMA, our UFC Baku Azerbaijan predictions, Khalil Roundtree Jr. and Jamal Hill fight in the light heavyweight division. Go make sure to check out both those videos. They're linked in the description down below, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA as well. We are nearing 1,000 subscribers, so go hit that subscribe button over there. Okay, and subscribe to this channel too. Anyways, let's get on to the first of our 5 best bets for today, starting with our Washington Nationals best bet. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. James Wood over 1.5 total bases. Yeah, we're gonna keep going to this for the foreseeable future because the Washington Nationals suck at baseball. I'll get to that in a second. But, I mean, this is the only guy I can rely on right now. I'm so serious. There is no other player on this baseball team that I can rely on to actually go out there and get us runs. Starting pitcher tonight for the Colorado Rockies is Antonio Senzatella. Senzatella has been consistently one of the worst starting pitchers in all of baseball this season. He has a 1-10 record. His ERA is 7.23. He's been god-awful. It doesn't matter if he's pitching at Coors, if he's pitching away from Coors. He is not good anywhere. His last road start against the New York Mets, he went 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs. His last start against the San Francisco Giants, somehow a start in which the Rockies ended up winning. Regardless, he went 4 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs. Senzatella is not very good, okay? He's just not. So the Nats should be able to pounce, you would think, but that doesn't matter to us. It's just James Wood, right? We are putting all of our trust into James Wood today. He's batting .285. You know, it's that meme of the shiny car in the boonies in some crappy area. That's what James Wood is on the Washington Nationals. Like, we don't deserve this guy on our team because of how god-awful we are. James Wood yesterday, another home run, went over the over 1.5 total base prop that we had yesterday. 18 home runs, 7th in all of Major League Baseball. Again, the guy bats .285. It's insane what he's doing. He had a double and a home run yesterday. Hell, he went over the player prop with his first at-bat, obviously, with an opposite field double. So 6 total bases yesterday for James Wood. And that was off a left-handed pitcher, a guy who had an 8 ERA on the season, and the Nationals scored how many runs against that guy? Yeah, exactly. They lost the baseball game. I'll get to that in a second. But I like James Wood here against Senzatella is not good. James Wood, I think, is going to hit a home run. Everything today should say the Washington Nationals are winning this baseball game, right? The Rockies are bad, even though they beat the Nats yesterday, and I'll get to that in a second. But Senzatella's on the mound, Soroka's pitching for the Nationals, and Mike's actually been pretty good for us all season long. Again, everything to me points towards a Nats victory, but who knows at this point? But right, there is one guy we can rely on the Washington Nationals to actually go out there and produce for us, right? He's the 2-hole hitter, James Wood. They've moved CJ Abrams to the 3 spot, which I guess makes sense, you know. Abrams doesn't see a lot of pitches. He's going to swing early in counts. He's not really your best and prototypical leadoff man, so they moved Alex Call to the leadoff spot. Don't love it. Also, Riley Adams still bats .091. Brady House yesterday 0 for 3 in his debut, grounded into a double play in the bottom of the 9th inning to try to get the Nats back into the game. But we're going James Wood. He's the only reliable guy on this Nationals team, and I think this is a fairly easy play. You look at the odds. -115 yesterday was at -105. Again, Vegas expects a lot of runs today because of Senzatella on the mound. Hell, Vegas expects the Nationals to win as well. I wouldn't be confident in that, but I'm going with James Wood on the over 1.5 total bases today for our best Nationals prop. Real quickly, the Washington Nationals. Guys, I have, the Washington Nationals baseball means something to me, okay? I can think of all major events I've had in my life, and somewhere or another, they involve the Washington Nationals. Like, hell, when I was in elementary school, I used to sneak on the Chromebooks, and I vividly remember this. I would sneak on a Chromebook to try to watch opening day and see if Bryce Harper was hitting home runs or not. That was my childhood. At middle school graduation, or a middle school grad party that we had, I mean, dudes were crying because it was the end of middle school. I was sitting there crying because my favorite team got walked off by the San Diego Padres and Austin Hedges, and we fell to 8 games under 500. At my senior prom, I'm sitting there, watching Joey Meneses bat 3 spot for my baseball team, even though we're already over 10 games under in the month of May, right? Like, this just means something to me. And I kid you not when I say this is probably the worst it's ever been. 2022 was horrible. 2023 was horrible. Guys, we've lost 9 consecutive games. We got swept by the Miami Marlins, and we're probably going to get swept by the Colorado Rockies. We lose to a team yesterday who's 15-57. You heard that right. And the Nationals lose. They had the lead going into the top of the 9th, and I love Kyle Finnegan, but man, and I can tell Finnegan really cares. But 2 home runs in the top of the 9th, 3 runs for the Rockies, Nats lose. Oh my goodness, it does not get worse than this. I'm serious. And guys, how does Davey have a job? We're 12 games under. We are in a never-ending rebuild, and I'm so serious. It's never going to end. Next year, it's going to be a decision. What happens to Gore? What happens to Abrams? I'm so serious. The end is never in sight, and I'm ashamed to be a Washington Nationals fan because we're the joke. I mean, guys, I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I'm seeing Padres accounts laughing at us. I'm seeing Dodgers accounts laughing at us. I see Rockies accounts laughing at us. What happened? 2 weeks ago, we were 2 games under 500. Now we're 12 under. We're an absolute joke. Nothing will ever change. James Wood over 1.5 total bases. Had to get that out of my system, guys. I had to get it out. Okay? Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. We're taking Colorado Rockies. We're taking Tampa Bay Rays money line. I was thinking of taking Rockies money line today, by the way. I decided to go against that. I just couldn't bring myself to do that. We are going with the Tampa Bay Rays today to beat the Baltimore Orioles. Tampa's at home. Minus 125 favorites. I like this a lot. Tampa's on a 4-game winning streak. They go to Queens and they sweep the New York Mets. Yesterday, they win 7-1. Ryan Pepio with 11 strikeouts yesterday. I believe it was career high. I know it was a season high. But Pepio yesterday with 11 strikeouts and the 7-1 win over the Baltimore Orioles. Yes, Baltimore was coming off that sweep at home against the Los Angeles Angels, but yesterday they fell right back down to earth. Yes, the Orioles now have a better record than the Washington Nationals. And I was clowning the Orioles at the beginning of the season. Man, oh man. There's a lot of things I like today. The main reason is the pitching matchup, I'm not going to lie. I get it. Dean Kremer has been a lot better since the start of the season where he was almost unpitchable. But I like Zach Lytle a lot. I really do. Lytle's last start wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad, right? Lytle, he's always going to give you depth into his starts. Like, I'll always remember that start, 3 starts ago on the 31st against the Astros. The guy goes 9 innings in a game that he gave up 10 hits and 3 runs. And he still went the full 9. He went CG. Like, Lytle, that guy's going to go deep into games. He's not afraid to go well over the 100 pitch mark. I mean, this is a guy who's going to go in there. He's going to give you his all. Even if, if he doesn't have no matter what, if he has his bad stuff that day, if he has his bad stuff, like Lytle's going to go out there. He's going to eat innings for you, and he's going to give you a pretty decent outing. Now, his last game against the Red Sox really struggled with the deep ball. Gave up 8 hits in that game and 4 runs. All 4 of those runs were solo home runs. I don't know. We'll see. Again, that was in Boston. That was at Fenway Park. Ultimately, his team lost the game 4-3, and it was because of the 4 home runs that he gave up in that one. And on the flip side, Dean Kremer, he's been better, sure, but maybe that stretches over because the last 2 starts actually weren't good. So in the month of May, again, Kremer was much improved. I mean, we can break this down month by month, but in the month of April, Kremer had a 6.75 ERA, bounced back in a big way in the month of May with a 2.72 ERA, but in June so far, 2 starts, 6.57 ERA. He goes 5 1/3 in Sacramento against the Athletics, 8 hits, 5 runs. Next start against the Detroit Tigers, 7 innings, 5 hits, but 4 runs as well, right? I mean, Kremer has struggled, coming out of May. He's been really difficult, or he's having difficulty so far in the month of June. And I'm not gonna tell you that the Tampa Bay Rays are some juggernaut offensively, but they've just got guys. That's just what it's what Tampa Bay does, guys. You blink once, and the Tampa Bay Rays are now 8 games over 500. They are breathing down the neck right now of the New York Yankees. It's what they do. It's what this team does. They are now 40-32, and they've just got guys. Brandon Lowe, Josh Lowe, Yandy Diaz, Aranda, Caminero. I mean, there are just guys on this team who can do damage. They're difficult to deal with. And I get it. Baltimore looked really good over the weekend against the Angels. I'll give them a lot of credit, right? This is a team that has struggled mightily throughout the year. Gunnar Henderson, though, I mean, we were never really concerned about Gunnar Henderson, if I'm being honest, if you remember. I mean, this is a guy who didn't get a spring training. He was injured. So basically the first month he was back, he just was playing his spring training basically in regular season games. I mean, Gunnar is back. He's batting 280. If you take away that first month, I believe Gunnar's batting in like the 310s, all right? Henderson's just fine. Jackson Holliday might be on track to be an all-star this season. I don't think so anymore now that Gunnar has really reemerged. I don't think, because the O's, I'm going to be honest, they're going to have one all-star, and it's going to be Gunnar Henderson. So Holliday's probably going to miss that all-star game, and he's still doing all right, but he's still batting 250. The rest of the team, my goodness, Ryan O'Hearn's having a decent year, but the rest of the team, actually, Ryan O'Hearn's having a good year. The rest of the team, I mean, man, Adley's still struggling mightily. Yeah, he went yard yesterday. He made up for the only run scored yesterday by the Baltimore Orioles in the top of the fourth inning. Man, he is struggling, batting 233. Westberg's not doing all that hot this year. Cedric Mullins, Colton Cowser is really struggling, batting 175. Dylan Carlson will have his nights, but he's just a 9-hole hitter, man. I mean, I don't, and look at the difference in records, right? Baltimore's a team that's 11 games under. Tampa Bay's 8 over. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Rays here, and I love the pitching matchup in favor of Tampa. Again, Zach Lytle will go deep into games. He's going to give you a really good effort out there. Again, you want to compare months. ERA in the month of April is 5.79. Month of May is 2.88. So far in the month of June, it's 3.7. I mean, I'm going to take that, right? It was just a bad start against the Boston Red Sox. I get the Marlins aren't very good, but Lytle against Miami, he goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. That'll play. So I'm going to take Zach Lytle here and the Tampa Bay Rays to win at home. They won yesterday. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're only 2.5 games back now of the New York Yankees after the Yankees lost yesterday at home at Yankee Stadium to the Los Angeles Angels. So, yeah, I'm all over here. The Tampa Bay Rays, minus 125 on the money line. Love the pitching matchup with Lytle and Kramer. And I just think Tampa right now is playing obviously better. I know their bats are better right now as well. So give me Tampa Bay to win this game at home. Let's go on to our third best bet of the video, another money line. We've got a matchup here between the Cincinnati Reds and the Minnesota Twins. I'm going with the Minnesota Twins to lose. I'm going with the Cincinnati Reds here. I believe this game's actually, this is earlier than Tampa and Baltimore. My bad on that. Anyways, this game's at 4:10. We're going with the Cincinnati Reds to win this baseball game. Don't look now, the Reds are playing really good baseball. The Reds have won 7 out of their last 9 games. The only 2 losses being the last game of that set against the Cleveland Guardians and the first game of the 3-game set against the Detroit Tigers. They had an off day yesterday. Cincinnati, after winning the series against the Tigers, a team that's, the best team right now in the American League, or one of the best teams in the American League, Cincinnati comes in now to this 3-game set at home against the Minnesota Twins. And I like them here. I really do. I think the odds, I don't understand the odds, if I'm being honest. Minus 115 for the Reds, I feel like they should be much bigger favorites. I think Vegas is expecting some regression from Andrew Abbott. But my goodness, I mean, look at Abbott's, I don't even, look at his look at his entire season, really. I mean, look at the month of May and onwards for Andrew Abbott. ERA is .55 in the month of May. That means 32 2/3 innings and 2 runs. Yeah, that was Abbott's month. So far in the month of June, 3 ERA, but I mean, he got blown up against the Brewers. Again, he was due for a blow-up start. It is what it is. But I mean, the Cleveland Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians game, Andrew Abbott goes CG shutout. 9 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 5 strikeouts. And it's not like he was pitching in, meaningless innings deep in the game because, let's just say Cincinnati was up by 8 runs. No, it was a 1-0 game. And Cincinnati said, all right, we're going to stick with our guy. Abbott goes into the 9th inning. He goes out there and does the job for the Reds, shuts the door, and wins the game on the road at Progressive Field against the Guardians. So Andrew Abbott's been great this season. And Minnesota's lineup, again, they have gone through their struggles. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak. I mean, this team went on a huge winning streak at the start of the season, middle of the season so far. Now they're only 1 game over. This is a team that is kind of struggling to hit the baseball right now. And we've always kind of detailed the problems that I thought Minnesota was going to have. Obviously, the winning streak kind of, proved that wrong because all right, Ryan Jeffers is showing up. Ty France is playing really well. Correa, Castro doing their thing, but they're getting production out of Harrison Bader. Christian Vasquez is even producing. Now they've kind of fallen back down to earth, if we're being honest. Correa's batting 245. Jeffers batting 244. They're playing Jonah Bride almost every other day because of the Royce Lewis injury now. Ty France is their 4-hole hitter, and that is a constant thing in their lineup, which, I always just think Ty France is god-awful, but I guess he's not. He's batting 270 this season, which just doesn't make sense to me because of how bad he was in Seattle. But they're playing Christian Vasquez every day, bats 191. I mean, I can't really say much because my favorite team, their backup catcher bats 094, Riley Adams. But anyways, I'm taking the Reds here. I think Cincinnati, again, their lineup leaves a lot to be desired at times as well. I completely understand, but the offense has not been a problem recently. Ellie De La Cruz got the average up to 275. I mean, this has always been a guy, if he can bat that average, on a yearly basis, my goodness, I mean, everything's there with Ellie De La Cruz. If he can just get the average up, he's going to be, I mean, he's already going to be a bona fide superstar, but I mean, he's 23 years old. He's batting 275. He's already hit 16 home runs and 50 RBI. You know, the problem with him was, oh, okay, again, the average. Well, it's not a problem right now. And again, still, you know, jury's out on that. We'll see the rest of the season. But I mean, Ellie goes from batting 235 in his first season to 260 last year. If he can get this up to 275 this year, ooh, he's trouble. He's trouble. The rest of the lineup is doing their thing, right? TJ Friedel having a good season, batting 290, right? Tyler Stevenson, man, I mean, I kind of always thought with him too, I was like, God, this guy's only batting 220. No, Tyler Stevenson's really come on as of late. He's batting 260. Gavin Lux is having a phenomenal season. I mean, Cincinnati as a whole is just having a really good year. They're only 2 games over. Recently, they're playing well. I think their lineups really proved me wrong, if I'm being honest with you, because the start of the year is just like, this team can't hit. They're playing well right now. And I think, again, the Reds, I don't think they're going to win the division, obviously, because obviously they're trailing the Chicago Cubs. This is a good team, though. I think they're going to be fine. I think they're going to finish over 500, personally. And then starting tonight for the Twins is David Festa, right? Festa has been a mixed bag. 2 starts ago in Sacramento, he went 3 2/3 innings against the A's, 6 hits, 8 runs. You know, this is a guy who struggles to go 5 innings. Let's just be honest. Festa's had 5 starts this season. He's only gone past the 5th inning once. And it was his last start against the Texas Rangers, which is probably his best start all season long, but the Mets start was pretty good. But Festa's not going to go deep into games. That means you're gonna have to see that Minnesota bullpen early, which it is what it is. Sometimes the Twins bullpen's really good, sometimes it's not. Like, it all ends with Duran, obviously. But the Minnesota bullpen, it's not like I'm scared of it, if I'm being honest with you. And I like the Reds a lot here. I think this lineup's really hitting the ball well, and Andrew Abbott's in the mound. So, like, where can we go wrong here? I feel like we're getting a bargain, really, for this price right now. Again, I was surprised when I saw this line. Cincinnati minus 115. Sign me up for it. Give me the Reds. 4th best bet of the video, our Nerfy of the day. Nerfies just aren't treating us right now, man. I go minus 145 yesterday just to try to get it back with the Nerfy, and man, Logan Gilbert gives up a leadoff home run. Nice, pal. That's great. Final score was 2-0, and 1 run was scored in the first inning. I mean, it's just like, all right, we've just had horrendous luck as of late. I don't know. I guess all of our luck starts and ends with the Indiana Pacers, maybe. I don't know. Pacers in 7. Ugh. Oh, man. I think they'll win Game 6, I think. But I don't know. Game 7 is going to be rough. We'll talk about that later today on the channel. Anyways, today's Nerfy is in the South Side. Guys, I love going Chicago Cubs to Nerfies. Because to me, it's just dependent on their pitcher. I know they're not scoring. Okay? I don't care who's pitching for the Cardinals. Today it's the lefty, Matthew Liberatore. Okay, Liberatore's ERA has been 4. He's actually been pretty good this season. His last start against the Blue Jays kind of got blown up. Actually, his last 3 starts, he's gotten blown up. Rangers, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs. Royals, 4 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs. Blue Jays, 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs. Yeah, he's gotten blown up in his last 3 starts. My goodness. Doesn't matter. It's pitching against the White Sox. This team doesn't score. And I get it. Texas is really good pitching. But yeah, the White Sox struggled mightily to score over the weekend over in Arlington. God, I mean, what is the top of the lineup for them? Mike Tauchman's batting the leadoff spot. Cam, I need to make sure I get his name right. It's not Meredith. It's Meredith, I think. I always butcher his name. It's not Meredith like it's spelled. It's Meredith, I think. I just need to hear it again. Anyways, Benintendi's in the 3. There's a lefty spot. Like, I'm not scared. I'm not. Is Luis Robert playing every day now for this team? I don't know. I don't know. He is. But it's just like, this team's so bad. It's crazy. Luis Robert's hurt. Excuse me. That's why he was out of the lineup in Texas. The Cardinals, team that's struggling huge as well, man. This is a team that was, they were the wild card team for a while. They were that 3rd wild card. It was them and the Giants for a little bit. I remember when I actually used to pay attention to the wild card race because I was like, the Nats are only 4 games out. I don't pay attention to the wild card race anymore. I just don't. We're in the month of June and my team's already 10 games out of the playoffs. So I don't pay attention anymore. St. Louis is only St. Louis is 2.5 back at 2 games over 500. Oh my God. I hate being a Nationals fan so much, man. I actually hate it. You can be 2 games over right now and only 2.5 back. That's just, oh my God. You can be 2 games over in the American League and be a wild card, like the Boston Red Sox. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Anyways. Yeah, I think the Nerfy hits today. Because again, I know the Chicago White Sox aren't going to score. I know they're not going to score. And Shane Smith is going to be an all-star this season. Shane Smith's been phenomenal. I keep trying to tell you guys about the Chicago White Sox rotation. Again, that's not the reason they lose. Oh, look at that last game they played in Texas. A 2-1 loss. You know, Aaron Savali is going to get traded, obviously, right? This is the guy who was with Milwaukee, got traded to Chicago after he got sent to the bullpen. He's going to get traded again at the deadline. You know, I mean, this is a guy who he goes into his first start with the White Sox. He goes 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. That's not bad. You know, Adrian Hauser's in the rotation. He's been doing all right for them. You know, I like the young guys. I like Shane Smith. You know, again, I know some of these guys aren't starting anymore, but I mean, Davis Martin, Jonathan Cannon is not making starts anymore, but I liked what we saw in the limited spots we saw out of him. Sean Burke, I think, is going to be a decent pitcher as well. Again, Martin's better than Burke, and Smith's obviously the best of all of them. But my goodness, I mean, Shane Smith with a 2.37 ERA this season. Shane Smith in his last 2 starts, 11 innings combined, 1 run against the Houston Astros. He's not giving up a run in the first inning. Shane Smith is actually pretty automatic for this team, if I'm being honest with you. I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but I feel like the White Sox might be able to get something out of Smith at the deadline. I get it. He's part of this, you know, young core. He's 25, but I mean, again, are you going to be competitive with this guy? He's 25. Washington Nationals, can we offer this team Robert Hassel for Shane Smith? Oh, I love RH3, but that hurts to say. Can we offer them Jose Tena and, like, I don't know, Elijah Green for Shane Smith? I'd love to do that. You know, I think Shane Smith's a great pitcher. There's a chance he's going to be on someone's postseason roster this season. Again, I know he's a rookie, but, like, what do the White Sox have going for them? Might as well trade the guy now. I don't know. That's being harsh. I'm not a avid White Sox watcher, so I don't really know how to feel about that, obviously. And I'm sure White Sox fans wouldn't appreciate that. But Shane Smith's been great this year. I like what he's going to have to deal with at the top of the order today for St. Louis. Cardinals team that is struggling to hit the ball right now. Brandon Donovan, Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson. 2 guys who are all batting .313, .312, and .300. That's tough again, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I have full confidence in Shane Smith. Shane Smith's been electric, and he's been shut down for the White Sox. So I'm taking the NRFI here in the south side. We're going, again, no runs in the first inning, -115. I think it's a great price because, again, I know the White Sox aren't going to score. And the Cardinals, again, that team's not scoring, you know? Against Shane Smith, oh, hell no, he's locked down. So, again, I'm surprised that we get -115 for this, if I'm being honest with you. And ultimately, I'll say this. The White Sox aren't scoring, okay? They're just not. So, like, Miguel Vargas is not going yard, okay? So, are you taking -115 odds for Shane Smith, who has been an all-star pitcher this season, and not just a token all-star? Oh, the White Sox need an all-star. No. He's been an all-star. Are you taking Shane Smith to get 3 outs against the Cardinals? I get at the top of the lineup. It's good, but they struggled mightily in Milwaukee. They've not been hitting the ball good. They've not been hitting the ball well recently. I'm taking Shane Smith. So, -115 NRFI today in Chicago. Sign me up. Final best bet of the video. I got to go to it. I know this is going to be bet a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, this is going to be a very popular bet today. I got to do it. Rafael Devers over 1.5 total bases. I really like this. This is a guy who wanted to leave, okay? I think, well, okay, he wasn't happy about his role with the team. And this is my thing with the Rafi Devers trade. And I said this the other day, but I still don't understand. What is his role in San Francisco? You're not playing third base. That's Matt Chapman. You have the best glove in the league at the hot corner on the Giants. You're not playing third. Shortstop, I mean, I did think, oh, maybe they moved Chapman to short. You can't really do that, but you could, and then you bump Adames to second. That just doesn't make sense. And Adames, for as bad as he's been, he's actually a pretty good defender. So, Devers either going to have to DH or play first base. Well, you didn't pay this much for a DH, or what you're paying now for Devers for a DH. So he's a first baseman. Because, yeah, this team's starting Dominic Smith right now at first base. I could see him just DHing for the time being, and obviously Chapman's injured right now, so Devers will get some run at third base, I would assume. But I don't care about any of that today. We're just going him on his over. Slade Sassoni is pitching today for the Cleveland Guardians. This is a right-handed arm with a 4.26 ERA. Last start against the Reds is actually pretty good. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. He will have blow-up starts. He's going to have a good start today just because it's hard to hit the ball at Oracle Park, and the Giants are not the best hitting team, obviously. I don't care about none of that. I just need Rafael Devers to come through, okay? Rafi Devers, through the trade and all, this is the guy who's still batting .272 this season, 15 home runs, 58 RBI. He is tied for 3rd in all of baseball in RBI this season. Right? I mean, who are the guys in baseball who have more runs batted in than Rafael Devers? There's 2. Pete Alonso and Aaron Judge. Impact player for the San Francisco Giants. The best possible trade they could have made. Again, I think Kyle Harrison's a good arm, but he's already been sent down to AAA. He's a back-end rotation guy for the Red Sox. Jordan Hicks is going to be a bullpen arm for Boston. He's not going to make starts. And it's like, all right, now for the San Francisco Giants, I still think they're kind of, but guys, this top lineup is so much better now. Jung-Hoo Lee, Elliot Ramos, and Rafael Devers. Yeah, that's something. That's big time. Again, I don't know what Dom Smith's going to continue to be. Adames will be in that lineup every single day. He has not been good. He's batting 200, but of course Adames has to be there. And they tried going Adames in the 2 spot in the Dodgers series, and obviously with the Chapman injury, that's where he's been. But guys, think about fully healthy Giants. And I don't like the Giants at all. I actually really dislike the Giants. Just because postseason history at the Nationals. Anyway, I would not hear the end of that. Back in the day. Anyways, because grew up around a lot of Giants fans. Anyways, this Giants lineup, when everyone's healthy, Jung-Hoo Lee, Elliot Ramos, Rafael Devers, Matt Chapman, and then imagine if Adames can just figure it out. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, okay, again, I don't expect Wilmer Flores to keep playing the way he's doing, but if Flores is still batting decently in the 6th spot, oh man. And then you got Yaz, who, mixed bag. But right, I mean, those are your top 7. Ooh, man. And yeah, you're not going to get any production out of your catcher position because no matter who they start at catcher, whether it be Patrick Bailey, whether it be Logan Porter, whether it be Andrew Kisner, like I don't know where the hell they keep pulling these vets out their ass from. They're just not going to get they're not going to get production right now out of their catcher, and nor are they going to get production from second base. Actually, Tyler Fitzgerald's not bad, but like can't really rely on that production. But the front 7, oh my goodness, wow, big time. Today, yeah, Devers, pal. Last time we picked Devers over on a player prop was when when he was mad and wanted to play third base in Boston because Bregman's there obviously, and we were like, all right, prove him wrong, Rafi, and he went over. So today I'm doing the same thing. Prove him wrong, Rafi. They traded you. They didn't want you. Welcome to San Francisco. I get it. It's not a hitter's park. It's a pitcher's park. But I think Devers is going to hit one in the gap today. I think so. Or multiple base knocks. I don't know. I think Rafi's out here to prove a point, right? He's 28? 28, you're in the prime of your career, and you move from Boston to the West Coast. You're in San Francisco now. All right. Again, this is nothing against Slade, but like Slade's got a 4.26 ERA, and he will have starts where he gives up hits. Again, expect him to have a pretty good line tonight just because that's how the Giants are. The Giants will have nights where they're just really underwhelming, and it's hard to hit the ball at Oracle Park. It just is. But I think Rafael Devers, again, he's going to have to get accustomed to this park really quickly, and I think he's going to. I'm taking Rafael Devers over 1.5 total bases today. It's at -150. I think Rafi gets it done. And again, I think it's either 2 singles. I could see a homer, but I just feel like it makes sense, right? Rafi in his first game, I feel like he has to make an impact. So give me Rafael Devers over 1.5 total bases. I get it. This is probably going to be a very public play today. Don't care. Rafael Devers over. Let's get it done. So folks, thank you all for watching our 5 best bets for the MLB today here on June 17th. If you have not yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.